I am Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile, enemy of Rome, the hope of my people. But I was also a woman searching for the secret of immortality, because I knew beauty fades, power shifts, even love eventually dies. Yet if I could discover the key to immortality, my name would live forever, etched into stone, carried by water, whispered through time. For centuries, people have spoken of my beauty, my intelligence, my loves, but few know of the secret studies I conducted in the dim chambers of my palace at night. I was not only a queen, I was a seeker, gathering the hidden knowledge of scholars, priests and alchemists. In the shadows of the Serapeum, among the smoke of oil lamps, I bent over scrolls whose ink still carried the breath of the ancients. And one night, a scroll was brought to me, one that promised to unlock the gates of immortality. That scroll was an ancient text, guarded by priests for generations. It spoke of the moment when the movements of the stars aligned with the union of body and soul. What they called immortality was, in truth, a way of deceiving time itself. As I read those lines, my heart pounded. The coal around my eyes sharpened the shadows of the words. This knowledge could belong not only to me, but to all of humanity. And if it fell into the wrong hands, it could set the world ablaze. That night, I looked up at the sky. My astrologer's charts lay before me. The rising of Sirius, the glow of Venus, the flooding of the Nile. The stars whispered, "The one who inscribes her name among the stars shall never die." Those words carved themselves into my mind. Perhaps immortality was not the survival of the body, but the endurance of a name. And yet, a voice inside me insisted there was more, not just to be remembered, but to control the meaning of remembrance itself. In secret, I began my experiments. I mixed the waters of the Nile with lotus blossoms, honey, and powdered gold. In alabaster vessels, the mixtures glowed like milk under the moonlight. Each produced a different effect. Some rejuvenated the body, others sharpened the mind, some deepened sleep, others quickened the breath, but none granted eternal life. Still, I noticed something. When people witnessed these rituals, they looked at me as though I were a goddess, and perhaps immortality was nothing more than becoming divine in the eyes of others. I debated with my scholars for countless nights. Did Heka have limits? If alchemy could change the nature of metals, could it also change the fate of a human being? One priest whispered, "My queen, immortality belongs to the gods." Another countered, "What if the gods left this secret for humanity's trial?" I listened to both. I knew knowledge could burn like fire and cut like ice. Even Caesar, even Antony, wondered why I never seemed to age. My allure was not mere beauty. It was a weapon, sharpened by the edge of immortality. A power that could change the air in a room, tilt the balance of a council, cross the boundaries of empires. Julio's astonished smile, Antony's silent awe, both had sensed my invisible armor. But every secret has a price. In every potion lingered a trace of poison. In every discovery, a shadow of death. Some of my servants died of strange illnesses. Their fevers rose suddenly. Their spirits weighed down as if chained. One scholar, holding a radiant metallic blossom in his hands, watched his fingertips blacken and dissolve. In the silent corridors of my library, whispers spread. Cleopatra has opened the gates of immortality, and with them, the gates of hell. I measured the fear in those whispers, and I weighed the truth they carried. The greater the secret grew, the greater the danger became. The true peril was that these secrets might reach Rome. If Rome seized the key to immortality, not only Egypt, but the entire world would fall under their dominion. So I hid the scroll. I showed it to no one but my most trusted priest. I had an alabaster chest carved, its lid etched with lotus and serpent motifs. I placed it behind white stone walls, at the end of a passage carved into rock. But it was then that betrayal began. One night, the scroll vanished. My heart nearly stopped. Every step echoed with suspicion. Every shadow whispered a name. In the wrong hands, this secret could become a weapon. For days I searched, interrogated, followed every trace. At last I discovered the truth. One of my closest advisors had stolen it to sell to Rome. When I confronted him, I saw the fear in his eyes. "Immortality is not yours. It belongs to Rome," he said. His voice carried both hunger and delusion. In that moment, I understood. This secret was not mine alone, but bound to the fate of all humankind. When I punished his betrayal, I was not only condemning a man, I was closing the door against an empire's blind hunger. I reclaimed the scroll, but from that day forward, I made a decision. I would never let this power fall into anyone's hands. The key to immortality was a force humanity was not ready to wield. I hid it, concealed it, perhaps even buried it with me in my tomb. I had a craftsman carve star maps, commanded a scribe to recite my name in secret prayers, bound a priest by oath, "This secret shall be entrusted to the echo of time." And so the real question begins. Did I truly discover the key to immortality? Or did I merely find a way to ensure my name would live forever? A statue, a poem, a perfume, a whisper. Did each add another lifetime to me, or only a louder echo? I asked myself, does the body endure, or the story? Even now, you still whisper my name. Thousands of years have passed. Empires have fallen. Kings have been forgotten. Stones have eroded. Scrolls have turned to dust. Yet I remain, because immortality is not the survival of the body. It is the endurance of the story. A child reading my name in a history book. A woman finding courage in her mirror. A scholar searching for fragments of me in a library. This is immortality. Perhaps true immortality lives in your memory. Perhaps I, Cleopatra, did find the key to immortality, never to be forgotten. But to be remembered is not enough. It is to shape how one is remembered. I carved my meaning into rituals, ceremonies, and words, just as I carved my name into the stars. Let me share one more secret. If one day you find my tomb, perhaps the scroll still waits there, perhaps within an alabaster chest. Beneath the shadow of the lotus, the heartbeat of time still lingers. Then you will see the true face of immortality, both light and darkness, both healing and cost. But beware, for some doors, once opened, can never be closed. Some names, once spoken, change the one who speaks them. Remember this. Immortality is not merely endless life. Immortality is carrying the meaning of each moment into eternity. A glance, a word, a choice, multiplied across the ages. I designed this multiplication. I chose perfumes to awaken memory, garments to imprint remembrance, words to leave their mark on the future. Beauty was on my face, but its true power lived in your memory. I recall one night. The Nile flowed like black silk. I walked alone in the palace courtyard. The moon hung like a silver bowl in the sky. The golden bangles on my wrists glimmered. I whispered to myself, the body fades, the name remains. The name fades, the meaning remains. But does meaning ever fade? I left that question to the heavens. The answer became the echo of time. And now, you who listen to these words, perhaps you are a scholar, a traveller, or simply a curious soul. The moment you whisper my name, you step into the circle of my immortality. For immortality is not carried by one, but by countless memories. Each time my story is reborn on your lips, another age is added to me. I am Cleopatra. I searched for the key to immortality. Perhaps I did not find it in the body, but I carved my name and my meaning into eternity. A scroll, a star, a whisper, each became a doorway, and I opened those doors with care. If one day you find my tomb, you will not only uncover my secret, but also the questions buried within your own heart. When you face the true face of immortality, remember this: some doors, once opened, never close. Some stories, once heard, change the listener forever. I am still here, in the scent of the Nile, in the coolness of stone, in the echo of my name. Immortality is not the work of the body, but of meaning. And if you do not forget my name, I shall never fade.